welcome to another video. Thanks for joining today. Today I'm going to do initial impressions video on a new pair of shoes I got from Skechers. I know what you're thinking. A lot of people put down Skechers. I actually do not think a lot of their lifestyle shoes are that great of shoes for. They're comfortable for wearing around, but they're not really what you would consider a serious running shoe. But they've had the Skechers Performance division now for several years. Back in 2014, Meb Keflezighi actually won the Boston Marathon in a pair of their shoes, and I have used some of their shoes over the years, and the ones that come out of the Performance division have actually been very good. I ran in some of the Razors. I ran in some Go Run Rides. I ran in several versions of the Max Road series. I ran in the 2, 3, 4, and 5. I haven't run in one in quite a while. The last Skechers shoe I ran in was the Max Road 5. I love that shoe. When they went to the Max Road 6, they, like a lot of brands, decided that the amount of cushion the amount of stack height they had was not enough, so they upped it a whole lot, and I decided not to buy it. I almost bought the Max Road, the Go Run Ride at that point, because it became very similar to what the Max Road was prior. But then I started working in a running store, and we don't carry Skechers, so I just haven't bought them. And then they stopped making new versions of shoes for a few years, and now this year they have just come out with a new line that are called the it's Skechers Go Run Aero. They have the Aero Burst, which is their high cushion trainer. It has a stack height of 42 in the heel, 36 in the forefoot. 6 millimeter drop. It weighs 10.9 ounces. For me, that's a little heavy, and also a little bit more stack height than I prefer. They're also selling the Tempo, which is their high intensity trainer. That one I might be interested in. It has a stack height of 37 in the heel, 33 in the forefoot. It weighs 8.7 ounces. What I purchased was just because I wanted to give them a try, I bought the Aero Spark. This is their lower entry level shoe, but it has a lot of technology in it. It does weigh 9.7 ounces, which probably makes it a heavier daily trainer than some of the others I have. Skechers, from what I can remember, was one of the first companies that started making supercritical foams in their Hyperburst. Now they're making Hyperburst Ice. Their supercritical foam tends to be a little bit more dense than the majority of ones out there, and some people think it's a little bit firmer, but I find it's still plenty of cushion, and I really like the feel of it, the bounce. So I'm looking forward to trying another pair again. They now use Hyperburst Iced, which means they have changed the formulation just a little bit. Looking at it, the upper looks really dense here, but it actually feels pretty thin and breathable. The laces seem nice. I don't think the toe box is quite as wide as they used to be in the Max Road series, so we'll see if that causes an issue for me. I can already tell they're probably not the shoe for someone with a really wide forefoot, but my foot is actually narrow. I just tend to like a wider forefoot. They've got the Arch Fit, which is podiatrist recommended. They use Goodyear rubber, which I have found has worked really well and lasted pretty well in the past. It has really good grip. So I am looking forward to giving these a try. The Aero Spark that I purchased is 36 in the heel, 30 in the forefoot, so it still should be a very highly cushioned ride. I haven't really measured it yet in my men's size 11.5 as far as weight goes. It is 9.7 in a men's size 9. I do like what they've modified the Skechers logo a little bit and added some reflective details. So we'll just see how the reintroduction of Skechers has gone, how they've done on them. The Spark sells for $130. The Burst, which is that really high cushion one, sells for $150, and then the Tempo sells for $170. So I actually think they're pretty competitive price wise. Anyway, I'm going to go give them a try and give you my first impressions.
Okay guys, so I'm ready to give my initial impressions on the Skechers Aero Spark. Kind of mixed. I always love the Hyper Burst midsole, and that still doesn't disappoint. It's still really nice, feels good underfoot. The only difference now is there are a lot of other brands that have midsoles that are much improved and competitive. So really like that. I still find the carbon fiber H-plate I don't think adds a whole lot of propulsion, but I do think it helps stabilize the shoe. I still think that's true. The Goodyear rubber is excellent. Now I will say, compared to my previous Max Road 5s, those came in, according to my records, in a men's size 9, they weighed like 8.3 ounces, whereas these weigh 9.7, which is a good bit more. So I don't like that. Probably one of the reasons is the Max Road 5 just had that pod system, whereas these have a lot more outsole rubber. So the durability is probably going to be better in these. The ride's good. I think the durability is going to be good. They did add some weight though. And the other thing I'm not real sure about is the fit is kind of weird. The old ones used to fit me really well, had a fairly wide toe box. These, they've definitely narrowed the toe box and they've widened the midfoot and the heel area. So I found, I did get them to lock down good, so they're going to be good enough for me to get a lot of miles in, but I definitely had to fight with it a little bit more. Had to keep the laces fairly loose up at toward the toe to keep the toe box space enough. I had to tighten them quite a bit in the top two laces to get it to lock down through the midfoot. And I had to tie the runner's knot in order to keep my heel from slipping. Lengthwise, I would still say they're fairly true to size. They're actually a little long, so you might be able to go down a size, but if you went down half a size, then I think that width of the forefoot might be more of a problem. So my biggest issues are just the weight going up, and there's some fit things that kind of bother me. But as far as the ride underfoot, it's great. The price for that really good bouncy foam and having the carbon infused H plate, I'm paying $130 for these Aero Sparks, and I think that's a great price. We'll just have to see. I'll do some more testing. I'm expecting the grip to be great when it rains, because that Goodyear rubber was always good, and now you've got a lot more coverage than you did in like the previous Skechers Max Road 5s. The 36-30, there's plenty of cushion, and I really like the cushion. It's a little bit denser feel, but it's very bouncy still. Anyway, very mixed emotions for me. Mostly good, but those fit issues really bother me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the initial impressions. I will follow up. These are definitely good enough to where I'm gonna get a bunch of miles in them, so I'll do a future review at least at 50 miles and let you know how I'm getting on then. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in any more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and keep moving.